I
All
am
right.
hungry.
Bringing everybody back from our break. Let's go ahead into our second hour and get started. Armel, you are up, and you can tell the people behind you have begun to panic. And again, it is probably, I just want to be sure everybody realizes the majority of those tokens are probably children, anywhere from the age of 17 to 3. There are a few adults here and there. There are maybe one or two old people and then some of the guards, but there's not. The majority of those tokens happen to be children. And they begin to run to the back of the cave. You were up, Armel.
Oof. Was there any way to judge what kind of range that thing is going to have in terms of how much mass came off of the ceiling to hit that poor guard?
It seemed it looks, I mean, the range that it kind of threw that first pseudopod was probably within 5 to 10ish feet, and then when it dropped to the floor, it's 1 square away from you guys. So you're not quite sure how far out that flings.
You are a bastard. You know I cannot run at this point. He's gonna, um, well, he's just gonna produce flame again and chuck it at that critter.
Okay. All right. So
7.
yeah, armor class 7. So 7 hits.
Oh, and they're at that's metagaming. They're at 4 on the turn order.
The people behind you, yes.
Yeah.
8
Go.
points. Okay, you are sure you see that it diminishes its form a slight bit, so you are sure that your fire is hurting it at least. It's doing something to it. All right, any bonus actions or movement?
Yeah. As a bonus action, I will cast Shillelagh.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and put that in the chat so we can see it. Oh, let me switch back over to our map so our players can see our map. There we go. All right, Shillelagh. So you get to choose a wood club or quarterstaff, and it treats it as a magical weapon too, correct?
Yep.
Good thinking. Okay.
And I swear to God, he grasps that in both hands, slams it to the ground, looks at that black pudding, and says, "You shall not pass."
Oh, so good.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give you inspiration. That was good. It's gutsy to stand in front of this thing. All right. So Armel, just so our players notice, he threw this produced flame, which is like a smallish fireball, not as big as a normal fireball, and it hits into this amorphous form that's kind of changing and sliding towards him, and burns off some of the actual skin and pus of it, and then but it continues to shamble forward. But we're on to Greybeard, who is our exhausted dwarf in the middle of a panicking crowd. Greybeard, what would you like to do?
So, GB sort of like, it's like a whistle, like a tea kettle at the back of his mind starts to, his eye starts twitching, he cracks his neck, and he starts stump, 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 and building up speed towards the pudding. He can't quite get there, so he chucks a javelin at it.
Okay. But you did move forward? Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, so throw a javelin. Oh, nice. Yep, javelin will hit. Yeah, 8 damage. So the javelin gets engulfed. You can hear it start to sizzle. You can also tell that you're never getting that javelin back. That is gone.
Easy come, easy go.
Got the poo on it.
Any bonus actions for Greybeard as he runs up and sends a whistling javelin into this blob-like shape of black liquid?
No, but now I heft my axe in both hands.
Okay. That brings us to Teagray is up.
All right, I'm going to move up to there and witch bolt to the ceiling.
It's now on the ground. It dropped to the ground in front of the cave entrance, but it was on the ceiling when it made its first attack, and it's now on the ground, just so you know.
Cool, then I will witch bolt it on the ground.
Okay. 21's a hit. And,
4 lightning.
Yep. Give me a... Let's go perception check. Okay. Yeah, so the lightning arcs into it. You start to hear... it hits the liquid, and it kind of is bouncing around it a little bit. But you're not seeing too much other than that.
Okay.
Any bonus actions? That was movement, attack. Any more movement or bonus action? Okay.
No, that's it.
All right. That will bring us to Ian. Now, you did hear the scream.
I think alphabetically, I get to go first out of the 7s.
Yeah.
Isn't that the hidden rule?
The hidden rule, yeah. No. It's the whoever tips the DM the most is the...
Damn it.
I think it's supposed to be looking at your dexes.
I was just giving you a hard time.
What are your guys' dexes? What's Ian's?
Mine's 16.
Oh, no, really not high.
What's yours, Ian?
13.
Okay, so yeah, actually I think Ardreth is above that. Then it would be Ian, and then it would be the black pudding. No, that's a good idea. I didn't see that.
No, that's the rule.
Oh, okay. I was just
that's
being
the
a
rule.
goofball on the alphabetic side, nothing more.
So Ardreth, you also hear it. The woman next to you lets out a scream too in response to hearing another scream, and now she's completely terrified that you guys didn't actually clear the tunnel, and she's back to, oh my god, I'm going to be eaten or I'm going to die again.
All right.
But you hear a commotion happening from somewhere in the caves.
Okay. I stand up, walk over to the goblin, pull out my sax, slit its throat, tell the woman to stay calm, and start heading out the other room.
She looks terrified of you now as she watched that. And she begins to murmur to herself, and she may have traumatic injury at this point. But go ahead and continue.
All right. I tell her we'll be back and start walking out down the hallway. How much?
Just give her the shush.
Pretty much. Shut up.
So go ahead and you can move your movement.
All right. How much was slitting his throat? Was that half my move or my action?
No, you were within 5 feet already, so that's nothing to do that. No, you don't have to use any movement to do it.
And
although you could have just let Ian do it because she's been dying to do it.
Oh, I know she would, but I wanted to take that satisfaction. I'm just kidding. All right, and they headed out back towards the main corridor, right?
You believe so, and that's where you think you hear the commotion.
Okay, I'll go at a run, so that's double, right?
Actually, go ahead and give me right when you get to that spot. Give me perception.
Okay.
Yeah, good roll. Yeah, you can tell it's coming from the tunnel that's this way.
Okay, so I'll finish the rest of my move out.
Ian, you see him jog down, and he turns left down there at the tunnel.
So I'm out to... This is where my turn ends.
Okay, and then you can probably see what's going on at this point.
Okay.
All right, so you make a dash after eliminating our goblin, who is now, let me mark him as dead. There we go. Ian is up.
How does that work? How does switching weapons work in D&D?
You get a free action to switch weapons. There's nothing that you can always sheath a weapon or pull a weapon. There doesn't. It's part of your movement action.
Oh, I think it's an interaction in this version.
Yeah, it doesn't count as anything. You can just swap it at will.
Well, you get one free action like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I actually do dash to what is my movement on this character?
That'd be a great question. You tell me.
It's 35, so I get to move 70. What is 70 divided? Whatever. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Scrolling. Get out of the way, taskbar. Scrolling. I see that?
Yeah, you see what you see.
Alright, so Ba and I switch my weapons from the dagger and I pull out my bow.
Okay.
And I ready it for my next turn.
All right.
Hey, Lucian, can you zoom in and readjust a little bit so they can see the combat?
Yeah. Yep. Now that she's done moving. Yep. We're going to do that now. So we're back to where the fight's happening. Yep. I'll try to bring it where the fight is. I want to make sure they can see the characters. So. Okay. So Mr. Black Pudding shambles forward. And Pseudopods tries to hit the thing that just hit it with flame. So a Pseudopod out to our Druid. Let's go ahead and roll that. So a 21, which I assume hits your AC for 6 bludgeoning damage. Are you wearing any armor?
Yeah, I've got hide on.
Okay. So your hide takes damage. So
Wait,
just mark that it's at a damaged state.
Isn't it Armel that hit it with the fire?
Yeah, that's just who I hit.
Oh, I saw you doing a thing over to Ardreth. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Nope.
Yeah, I saw that.
That wasn't my ruler. That was somebody else's ruler.
Oh, okay.
I
Sorry.
think pink. So whoever's pink. Okay. So I believe I'll have to look up the stats, but I believe anything that if your armor continues to take hits like that, it has a possibility of being broken. So at this point, just mark down it's damaged. Okay, and it has a -1 AC at this point. So what's its AC normally?
My armor?
Yeah.
12.
Okay, so it's an 11 right now. If that goes to 10, then it's destroyed. That's the rule. It's right in there for me. So one more hit and the hide armor is destroyed. Okay. And it's going to stay there. It seems like a good spot. Actually, it's going to try to slither around to get to more people.
Hey, I should just tell you right here that that actually drops me to 0.
Oh, it's an 11 that goes to 10.
No, I had 6 hit points left.
Oh, okay. So you fall to the ground. Yeah.
I used my last heal on Greybeard.
Yeah. Fall to the ground unconscious. We'll mark you. Unconscious. There we go. And Greybeard, you will get a free attack of opportunity. It's moving around, and it's trying to get to... to this other group. It started to move along, and it's heading towards Teagray, which tried to shoot it.
Feel free to stand on me.
So its AC is 7, so a 12 hits. Okay, and give me 1 second. I'm reading one other thing. Oh, there it is. There's a lot of extra rules here for this thing. Okay, so slashing damage. Okay. That was slashing damage.
Yep.
Oh, that didn't work.
It's running. Oh, crap.
Ooh, another attack.
Oh, double crap.
You split it into 2.
Rage dwarf, not too smart.
And that's going to be that and that. Okay. And that is its turn. So just catch up, everybody. The pseudopod bludgeons our druid unconscious, hits the ground. His armor begins to sizzle and is definitely damaged. As it moved to try to get to some of the people that are panicking and making a lot of noise, Greybeard takes a swing at it with his axe, and as he hits it resoundingly, and it splits now into 2 entities, and they are now facing 2 of these. And we move to Jarrel.
Figures I have to run through these people.
The crowd is on super panic mode.
So Jarrel, oh man. So he's kind of gravitated toward the children to make sure that they're kind of safe and not putting themselves in danger. But he did just see the pod split in 2.
And to your left, the bats have burst out of the opening, and they are in that room again, flying around. They have not come out into this main room, but they are flying around in that cave where all the people had come out, making a lot of noise.
Well, there's no way to silence everybody. So I try and usher as many as I can toward the back as they're running by. And I'm going to move up here. That's pretty much all I can do. I'm going to chuck a dart at the one beside Armel.
There's 2 beside Armel, but okay.
Well, one's in front, the one's beside. To the one to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Perfect. 15's a hit. Okay, for damage. And you hear it whistle into the thing, and you can tell immediately that you're never getting that dart back, as you can hear the sizzle and the pop.
Okay. Let's see. I think I have... can't do that. Can't do that.
And I'm going to catch up to one other spot here. It actually split one more time when Teagray's Witch Bolt hit it.
Well, that's not good.
But they're getting smaller every time?
They are smaller.
I'm having D&D online flashbacks.
Smaller because they're turning into other entities. They are not being damaged by that.
Doesn't
be
the
interesting.
smaller one go to half hit points though?
You're not sure.
It's a good
My
question.
monster lore doesn't tell me.
Nope.
Damn
Make the roll.
information part for D20. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay.
I'll just continue to escort make sure the children are not getting trampled.
Okay. Yeah, so it's their turn. The dwarf that you just come up next to. So he'll look at you and like if I have a weapon, I can help. And he looks at you like, give me a weapon.
All right. So I dig into my pack and I pull out my short sword and I give it to him.
Okay, and he grabs that and he races forward.
There's a super keen, shiny staff laying on the ground next to my body.
And while that's happening, give me a second because the rest of these people, the rest of the regular tokens panic. And they're all going to go this way. $15, $20, $25, $30, $35, $40, $45, $50. Yeah, so that's, they're going to get to the back of the room. And then they realize there's a crevice back here. A couple of guards are going. They see that the whole group is going, so they move with them because they have no idea what's in the back of the tunnel.
Yeah, and
But
I yelled at the guards.
Two of the guards start to move forward. They have no weapons either.
I yell at them to go protect the people. We'll take care of this.
Yeah, and they look at you and like, we have no weapons. We need something. And they start scavenging on the ground looking for something to use. In fact, they're starting to look and they see some of the scimitars and they're starting to try to pick up the scimitars from some of the goblins that had dropped them.
All right.
And that's going to be their turn. And then, two of them are... Did I move two of them? Yeah, they're escorting the people in the back. And let's see. Let's put at least one more guard with them. Okay. One is going to try to... Has just got a scimitar and then is going to, on this next turn, move forward. One more, sorry. And one more person runs this way. Okay. Our dwarf runs forward with the short sword that he's just been given. And he takes a swing. This is going to say club, but it's actually just the sword that he has. Which does the same damage. So it's just one slicing damage. And it splits again. Oh, whoa, what just happened?
How much noise is in the cavern?
Lots of people, about 20 people screaming. There's bats fluttering and moving around. There's sounds of combat.
So I'll yell to forward. Thrust, don't slash.
This is going to be
I would have thought that that other dwarf would have noticed that.
17.
We're like 12 seconds into combat, so
Yeah.
I would assume not. I've never seen these before, so
There. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a good question. Does the staff stay on the ground? You're the only one that can wield it, though, right? Nobody can pick
No.
up your magical shillelagh, can they?
It's got a 1 minute duration on it.
is it concentration though?
No, it is not.
That's not fair.
So it's got a 1 minute duration, so it's got 10 rounds?
Oh, you know what?
What's it say up in the
Oh,
spell?
no. If I let go of it down at the last sentence. Sorry.
It
was
if it leaves
outside
your
the
hand.
box. If I let go of it, it spell ends.
Okay, yeah, so it's disappeared.
Bugger.
So we're back to that. All the people have moved and ran. Back to the top of the turn order. Armel, we need a death save.
Incoming 20.
You need a 10 or higher. Got it. So mark down 1 success. 2 more and you're stabilized.
Can do.
And Greybeard is up. And is
All right,
there he
I'm
is.
gonna make a roll real quick. Okay, I guess he has battle clarity, and he's going to use the flat of his axe and try to cause bashing damage.
Okay. On which one?
Oh, I step over top of Armel to defend him, and then the one right there.
Okay. And go ahead and give us a bash damage roll. All right. You hear your axe sizzle. It now is, I believe, because it's non-magical. It takes a -1 now to the damage of it. So what is the axe normally? A 1d what?
12.
1d12. So it's now going to be a 1d12 -1. And if it drops to... If the penalty gets to -5, the weapon's destroyed. Okay, so keep track of your axe for me so I don't have to do it that it's at -1.
I got a D6 sitting here.
And that's the second time you've hit it, so it's actually at a -2.
All right.
And you can tell it's being damaged. You also take 4 points of acid damage. As you hit it, it splatters back on you, and you take 4 points of damage.
Grr. I can't cut that in half either. Grr. And double grr.
All right. Any bonus actions or movement?
Did the bashing appear to do anything to it?
I'm going to move Armel just a second so we can see where you're at. You did damage it. You hurt. Yeah, it definitely hurt it, But what's happening is you're noticing that your axe is getting pitted, and it's like acid has been poured onto the axe, and even some of it hit you, but it's definitely diminished. You definitely struck it. There's non-corrosive ooze streaking out of it also, so you can tell you've damaged it.
All right, I'm going to use my interaction to snatch up the quarterstaff on the ground, and I just frenzy out and bread, pudding.
There's no quarterstaff on the ground.
There is. It's just not magical.
Oh, the one you dropped.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Yep. Well, picking up an action is an interaction.
Right.
That's your bonus action, so you grab it.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, no. Interaction is an interaction. You get one of those, and then my bonus action is frenzy, smash this thing again.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that.
All right. Unfortunately, I do not have a quarterstaff, and I don't have anything that's a D8. So how do I roll that?
Well, to hit would be a D20 plus your strength, right? Your strength bonus. That would be your.
And
are you proficient in it?
Yeah.
So it would be those two things added together. A D20 plus that. And
He's a barbarian. They're all proficient in stick.
So slash R D20 plus 5.
Yep, that'd be the hit, and it's a 1d6 damage if you hit. I'm waiting to see the roll. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, 9 hits a 7. So you hit, so you can roll 1d6 plus your strength, I believe.
Yeah.
Quarterstaff is versatile, two-handed, isn't it D8?
Oh, it could be.
Are you doing it with the 2 hands?
Yep.
Nice.
Secondary damage, 1d8.
Sorry, dyslexia, trying to type.
Yep, no problem. I'm waiting to see it come through. So a D8, so 8.
Yep.
Okay, and you take an additional 4 points of damage. It splashes on you again.
Oh, ouch. Even with a blunt weapon?
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Do we get a sense of how fast these things can move?
Not yet. It's dropped from the ceiling, and it didn't have to move very far to attack so far, so you haven't really seen it make a big move yet. Okay, so I assume that's all of those actions?
Yep.
All right, so after a blunted axe swing, and then... What'd you do with the axe, then?
Dropped it.
Okay, so drop the axe, picked up a staff from the ground, begin to hit it again. It definitely seems like it's very close to being losing its consistency. This one that you've been hitting on, it definitely looks way worse for wear and smaller than the other ones now because of how much you've hit it. But you've been taking damage doing it. And we move on to Teagray, who has watched this horror split and split and split. What is Teagray, our mage wizard, going to do?
So did I notice that it split when I hit it with the witch bolt, or is my witch bolt still active on one part of it?
your Witch Bolt is active. I believe you have to decide at the beginning of your turn if you're either going to do more damage or if you're going to turn it off.
I'm wondering if it's connected to one of them still.
Yeah, it's still connected. It's still kind of popping off one of them, the one that Greybeard's been hitting.
All right, I'm continuing the Witch Bolt for this turn. Because in my mind, seeing them get smaller, I think it's doing something good.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Two.
Okay. And let me just check. It's still... Yeah, and now it's considered, it's small, so I'm going to make it smaller. It's much smaller than the other ones, and it is still there, and you were very sure that your Witch Bolt just split it in half again.
Okay.
Okay, you still have movement or bonus action at this point as your Witch Bolt. Remind us what your Witch Bolt looks like, too. What is Teagray's Witch Bolt look like?
His eyes are completely white, and he's just holding a constant stream of lightning going from his staff to the target, just arcing.
Okay, yeah, it's making sizzling and popping noises. And at this point, now that you've done it a couple times, you're realizing your lightning damage is doing no damage to them.
Okay.
So you have movement or bonus action at this point.
I'll stay right here. But I'm going to shut my arc off next turn.
Okay. So that was Greybeard. That was Teagray. Ardreth, we are back up at the top of the room.
All right. If I can keep Discord up long enough, I'm going to run forward. 50.
Just to give you the scene, you're seeing four medium-sized black blobs, two really small ones. Ardreth is down on the ground out. Greybeard is standing over his body. There's another dwarf, you have no idea who it is, standing in front of them, and you're watching Teagray's lightning hit one of the smaller ones as you run up.
All right. When I get to that point, I'll yell in common. Greybeard, grab Armel, and everybody pull back away from the blobs. I've got an idea.
Okay. Just talking is pretty much a free action. So,
okay.
Was that a dash to move to there?
So dash to move there. It wasn't the full dash. I only went 50.
Oh, but you had to. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Ian, you were up, and you see the same sight of horror that Ardreth sees.
Would it be it would be considered my free action to throw one of my weapons to the guard next to me, right?
Yeah, I would consider that an action of interacting with an object. You get one free of those around, so yeah, you could throw a spare weapon to a guard that's near you.
All right, so I pull out.
It's a woman guard.
This female guard. I take out my staff and I chuck it in that direction, and because I saw them scrambling for 1. And then I run forward. 5, 10, 15.
Go ahead and ping the guard. Am I on the right guard? The one with the name that just showed up?
Yeah.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I stand here. Tegan? Isn't that the name of... Anyways. And I
Doctor
shoot
Who, yes.
at... I shoot at this one closest to the exit.
Okay. Fire away.
Has it taken damage?
Maybe?
Well, you have to tell me, because if it hasn't, I can't.
It's a good question, because mechanically I don't know. The thing that it was before took damage, but then it split into 2 entities. So I do not think that one has taken damage yet.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that one has not taken damage yet.
All right. So this is just going to be a regular.
That's a good question. I don't know how they would classify that.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a hit. Okay. And you see the arrow puncture into it. You hear the sizzle, and you quickly realize, as if everybody else is realizing, that arrow is being dissolved into acid. You think you've injured it, but obviously not by much.
Yeah. And that's my move.
Okay. And the nastiness. All right. The one that is getting lightning bolt is going to move up and try to pseudopod Teagray.
He's so cute.
For 9 bludgeoning damage. It actually critted. Ooh, good thing I rolled low. And what kind of armor are you wearing, Teagray?
Nada.
Oh, so you just have robes with no armor on?
Yep.
Okay, so your clothes, you start to feel your robe is singed, and you feel like if you take a few more of those, you may be a naked mage pretty soon.
Mage armor?
Hell yeah. Now the party's started.
Okay. This one that just got shot by the arrow, it's the first damage it's taken, and it's realized what shot it, so it's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. It's moving towards you, Ian, but it's near Ardreth, and it's going to take a shot at Ardreth from 5 feet away. It rolls a 17.
I think it gets stuck in the mud.
Yep, it does. And it's only 5 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage. And your armor takes a -1, so your AC drops by -1 if you're wearing armor.
Got it.
All right. If that armor drops to a 11 AC, it's destroyed, considered destroyed. So keep track of that for me.
Okay.
One of these is going to move around. It's actually going to start eating the body of the ogre next to our dwarf here. It begins to try to consume this giant ogre body. And then our barbarian, we have a pseudopod next to you. Rolls a 10.
Woo! I'm good.
Okay, we have another one, pseudopod. Rolls an 11.
Magic number 14.
All right. One last pseudopod is going to go after the other dwarf who's standing next to you with the short sword. Oh, it rolls an 18 and damages him. And he is unconscious.
And I
His
yell, all
clothes
right,
sizzle.
Greybeard, grab them both and get them out of there.
And then, yeah, that is all it's going to do. This one, actually, this one here is going to make it attacked you, and now it's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 further into the room. Greybeard, you'll get an attack of opportunity as it passes by.
Awesome.
Just waiting to see the rolls. Are they coming through slow tonight? Is that what's happening?
He's typing them out manually.
Oh, sorry. That's right.
Damage, not to hit. One
Okay.
sec.
Yeah, to hit D20 plus 5, right? I think you can use your up arrow to go back to a roll you've already made and hit enter, and then it'll roll it again.
Oh yeah, didn't know that worked.
How do I make it roll?
I think just hit enter once you arrow back up to it. I think that's how I've done it.
I got nothing.
I'll roll for you. Oh,
You just rolled a 1d1.
Yeah. There it is.
I can feel the love, Teagray.
Yep. So you hit it for 12 as it goes by you. That is bludgeoning damage, which is good. And as it goes by you, you take 4 points of acid damage. It splashes onto you again.
Damn it.
Okay, that is the Black Pudding's turn. We are at Jarrel.
So, based on the movements from the two puddings that did the longer moves, can I get an idea of like how fast they're moving? Like what their general range might be? Compared to what we would have?
It seems comparable to what the humans have. And Teagray, one passed by you. You actually would get a attack of opportunity also if you had a weapon out.
yeah, I'll dagger him.
Okay. So you'll get a free attack on it also. So, yeah, go ahead. Keep going, Jarrel. I'll keep an eye on what he's doing.
Okay. So the damage that appears to be splitting it is the slashing.
You take 4 points of damage, Teagray, from acid hitting you when you do that.
Okay.
From what
Two
you could
steps
tell,
forward,
I
one step
mean,
back.
you definitely saw the lightning split it. You watched Greybeard attack. I don't know if necessarily you saw what happened when he attacked and split. And now the couple of times have split with several bunch of things happening. So I guess, maybe make a roll to see if you're catching all of that. Maybe a perception roll, a good perception roll. You're catching what's happening. Yeah. You're noticing that the swords, whenever they're hitting those creatures, they're splitting into more entities.
So slashing and piercing and lightning.
No, you notice that piercing did not split them. Like the arrows didn't split them, the dagger didn't split them, the javelin did not split them.
Didn't Morak split him?
Morak is using a short sword that was given to him.
Right, and that has piercing damage.
That's slashing damage, isn't it?
No.
Short sword should be slashing.
In the compendium, it says it's piercing. It's piercing on my character sheet.
He's a dwarf. He would definitely slash with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a sword is slashing.
No, apparently it's piercing.
Using it Roman style, just stabbing out with it.
Huh.
Longsword is slashing.
I don't have my books.
Yeah, to me, the only thing that would be a piercing to me, sword-wise, would be a rapier. To me, just a regular sword is a sword.
It could be both. I mean,
Okay,
True,
I just want to make.
I don't think the rule lets you decide what... I mean, I kind of let Teagray do it with bashing with his axe, I guess. Even though it's not a bashing weapon.
Okay.
But your knowledge is telling you it's the slashing that and the lightning so far it's split him. You have no idea if there's more stuff or not, but that's what seems to be splitting them.
All right. Well, I'm kind of toast. So you guys just hit that for... So both of you hit that one in front of me. So I'm going to... I'm going to... Oh, crap, I can't do that either. Man. I'm going to back up 1 and go ahead and roll your attack.
Yep. You take 4 bludgeoning damage from a pseudopod that snaps out at you, and your armor gets a -1 to AC now. What kind of armor are you wearing?
None.
Oh, okay. So your clothes are now starting to dissolve a little bit.
All right.
A couple more of those and you'll be a naked drow.
All right, and I'll throw a dart. Does that do anything?
Yeah, so you see the dart sizzle into it. You see some of the... It kind of it definitely has a skin texture to it, even though the rest of it is still a liquid inside, and some of that liquid comes out. You hear the sizzle of the dart as the dart begins to dissolve. You realize you're not getting that dart back. But other than that, it's still an amorphous creature.
Oh, God. So I'll yell out, does anybody have a healing potion or can heal or anything?
I believe the proper yell out is medic.
Well, I'll come to them.
My response is I can, but I need everyone to get as far away from these blobs as they can.
Well, the problem is, yeah, so I had the same idea, but we're not going to be able to hoard the humans anywhere. Like,
No.
we're going to have to protect them.
And I yell thunder wave along with it.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm going to back up here and let's see. I'm going to use my last key point to dodge as a bonus action. So I'm now in dodge.
Okay.
And I guess that's me.
Yep. So we see the smoldering clothes of our monk backs up and stands in a defensive formation, bringing us up to the panicking humans and our downed dwarf. Let's Let's move that. So I'm going to make him make a death save. Okay. Oh, let me also mark unconscious. There we go. Okay. So that's a... Okay. So on to the other humans. So this guard has a scimitar, but he heard you yell not to cut it. Didn't somebody yell that?
Yeah, I did. I said pierce, don't slash.
Okay. He's just going to turn the thing over and just smack it with the hilt, basically the back end of it. So I'll just give him the same damage, but it'll be bludgeoning. And he's going to... she, actually. This one's she. Will make an attack. Let me bring up one of them for us. And I believe it's just a melee. Yeah, they're a guard. They would have the same bonuses. So even though this is a spear, 1d6, I'm just going to give them the 1d6 without the +1. Actually, I'll give them the average. Okay, so I'm going to roll this to hit. No, 5 is a miss. So it tries to hit it, but doesn't seem to do any damage to it. And moves, staying in contact with it, moves to try to block its route to the panicking people. She moves to the route to try to block the panicking people, and she takes some acid damage from hitting it and looks very wounded but still standing. Everybody else is as far back as they can get.
Man, I wish Greybeard's turn was before yours. At least he could disengage. Oh, no.
It is before mine.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Armel looks to the
Teagray is
left.
too.
I have to look at which direction you guys are looking at to figure out which one's which.
Yeah, all you half elves and humans look alike.
Yeah, you all look the same.
All right. That is everybody on the humans and guards that can go. We're back at the top of the order. But before we do that, let's take our second break. We're on our second hour. We're going to take a 5-minute break and we're going to come back. So stay tuned as we continue with this epic battle that I believe our party was woefully unprepared for, but that makes it fun for everybody. So stay tuned. We'll be back. I'll show you the character sheet and then I'll jump over to our break section. We'll be back in just 5 minutes to continue the battle.